everybody. It's Friday, May 22nd, 2020. It's so nice to see you today. I get to read the next two chapters in Dolphins at Daybreak to you today. But before we do that, let's make sure that you have the tools that you need. You have your dry erase surface. You have your sock and your marker. And before we start with our riddle today, and before we do the secret message, I want you to share the news with your family, and I want you to share with them, if you could eat one food every day, what would it be and why? All right, and then after we're finished with the two chapters today, I want you to talk about with your family what kind of danger have Jack and Annie been in since arriving on the reef. So right now, I don't think we've heard of any danger. So maybe there'll be some danger that they experience today. All right? Okay, get ready for our riddle. What is a blizzard's favorite game? Listen again. What is a blizzard's favorite game? And everybody knows what a blizzard is, right? A great big giant snowstorm. What is a blizzard's favorite game? Think about some games that you play with Mr. Schwab. All right, let's do our Skywriters. Here we go. What is a blizzard's favorite game? Dot. All right, go ahead and slide your lines. What kind of... Nope. What is a blizzard's favorite? All right. I'll show you my lines. You ready? Let's check. What is a blizzard's favorite game? All right. So go ahead. Check your lines with me. Thank you. Good job, buddy. Check your lines and go ahead and write your sounds and write all your word patterns and write your memory bank words. And when you're finished, I want you to double check. Check to make sure you have these memory bank words and these word patterns. Not many. Okay, make sure you have this memory bank word. What? This memory bank word is. This memory bank word, This word pattern, aim, like flame. And then make sure you have your question mark. All right, great job today. What is a blizzard's favorite game? What does it have to feel like outside for it to be a blizzard? All right, secret message today. And again, I'm not going to write it with lines today. I'm just going to write down what the secret message is. And then we're going to hunt for the word patterns and the memory bank words that we know. Okay, here's our message today. Let's go through and I'm going to put a box around all our memory bank words. Good. So these are all words that are in our memory bank. Now I'm going to put a circle around all our word patterns. Okay, lots of word patterns in there. Okay, so let's build some words. Ready? We knew this word pattern is ack. So what's this word? Jack. Good. We know this word pattern is E. So what's this word? C. Good. We know this word pattern, our first word pattern ever, is ing, like king. So wow, there's lots of sounds in front of that. I'm going to give you the first part of the word. Some. Two sounds together say ing. Something. Put it together. Something. Good. That's a long one. Here's a memory bank. I'm sorry. Here's a word pattern. R, like car. So let's do the beginning sounds. S, k, R. And that Y is going to say E today. Sk, R-y. Scarry. Does that make sense? Scarry. Maybe we could change it a little bit. Let's make the A say its name. Scary. Scary. Oh, good. All right, another word pattern down here. E. So let's build this word. E-f. Reef. Good. All right. So now, let's see if we can do some reading. Ready? I think we can figure out the message because I think we already know who that is. Here we go. Jack and Annie see something scary on the reef. Ooh, let's see if something happens tonight where Jack and Annie see something scary on the reef. All right, so we're going to listen to chapters 5 and 6 today. Excellent. Here we go, Dolphins at Daybreak, 5 and 6. And if you remember, Jack has just pushed the button that shows the ship's log while they're way down at the bottom of way down in the reef. And we've just met our two dolphin friends. Chapter 5 is called Two Eyes. Show me your eyes. Wow. What's a ship's log? Asked Annie. Oh, said Jack, it's the diary of an ocean trip. He peeked at the computer screen and read the log's entry. Monday, July 5. Hey, that was just last week, said Jack, and he kept reading. Collected rocks and shell samples. And this is what the computer writing looks like. Monday, July 5. Collected rock and shell samples. Mapped ocean floor. Found tiny crack in hull. And remember, the bottom part of the boat is called a hull. So right now, the ship's log is saying that there is a crack in the bottom of the boat. Oh, Annie said, it's kind of like your notebook. Yeah, the oceanographer must have been taking notes on the computer, said Jack. Jack and Annie kept reading. Tuesday, July 6th. Crack has widened. So when something gets wider, it gets bigger. Must return to reef soon. A crack? Said Annie. Where? I don't know, said Jack, but he kept reading. Wednesday, July 7. Now that was only a few days ago. More tiny cracks. Cannot be fixed. Heading back to reef today. Uh-oh, this doesn't sound very good, said Jack, and he kept reading. Thursday, July 8. Defective sub. And when something is defective, it doesn't work. It's broken. Return to reef Leave for helicopter to transport to junkyard. So Jack and Annie are in a mini sub that needs to go to the dump. Oh my goodness. Defective means broken, right? Asked Annie. Uh-huh, said Jack. So the sub is broken? Asked Annie. Yep, said Jack. And it's waiting to be taken by a helicopter to the junkyard? Yikes, said Annie. Now we really have to get back to the reef, said Jack. Let's try pressing the waves picture, said Annie. Remember, there was a starfish, a sea star, a book, that was the ship's log, and then there was a button that showed waves. She pressed the wave picture on the computer screen, and the mini sub started to go up slowly. Oh, good, said Jack. The sub went past the small coral mountain. It went past the school of fish and waving plants. Oh, gasped Annie. Jack gasped too. 2 eyes were staring out behind a giant sea plant. They look human, except they were the size of golf balls. See if you can make your eyes the size of golf balls. The sub moved past the giant plant. Jack breathed a sigh of relief. Phew. What? Whose? Sputtered Annie. Don't ask, said Jack. They stared back at the plant. Just then, a long arm came out from behind the plant. And then another arm came out. And then another, and another, and another, and another, and another, and one more. 8 arms. What do we know it has 8 arms? Jack and Annie stared in horror at the giant octopus. It's coming after us, said Annie. Slowly, the octopus crept through the water. Its 8 arms reached for the mini sub. How many of you last week checked out that video of the octopus going through that tiny hole on the boat? The chapter 6 is called Crack. The octopus hugged the mini sub. Each of its 8 arms had 2 rows of suckers. The suckers stuck to the window. The mini sub stopped. The octopus stared at Jack and Annie with huge, human-like eyes. I don't think it wants to hurt us, whispered Annie. I think it might just be curious. I'm going to do some research, said Jack. His hands shook as it flipped through the pages of the ocean book. He found a picture of an octopus and read out loud to Annie. The octopus tends to be gentle and shy. Sometimes, though, it's curious and it comes out of hiding. See, I told you, said Annie. He's shy. She yelled to the octopus, Hi, I'm Annie. He's Jack. Oh, brother, moaned Jack, and he kept reading. But the octopus has huge strength, so it's super strong. Each of its arms or tentacles has many suckers, which act like rubber suction cups. It is nearly impossible to free an object from its grasp. So if it's holding on to something, it doesn't easily let go. Oh, great, said Jack. We'll never get rid of this thing. Just then, Jack felt a drop on his arm. Water? Uh-oh, he looked at the ceiling. Uh-oh, Annie looked too. The thin crack ran along the ceiling of the mini sub. Smaller cracks were branching off from it. So imagine one long crack with lots of little cracks coming off. Water started dripping through the cracks. I think we found the crack, said Annie. The octopus better let go before the whole ceiling cracks, said Jack. Let go, please, please, Annie shouted to the octopus. The creature blinked its eyes as if it was trying to understand what she was saying. Please, 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 shouted Annie. The creature blinked its eyes again. Come on, Annie, said Jack. It doesn't care if you're being polite. The octopus blinked at Jack this time. "Get out of here!" yelled Jack. "Now! Beat it! Scram! Go!" That octopus shot a cloud of black, liquid ink into the water and disappeared into the large, dark cloud. Its tentacles dragged through the water. The mini sub started rising or slowly lifting up through the water. "I think you hurt its feelings," said Annie. "I don't think so," said Jack, but something was bothering him. He looked back at the ocean book and read to himself, not out loud to Annie. The octopus squirts black ink to escape its enemies. One of its enemies is a shark. "Oh no," whispered Jack. "What's wrong?" asked Annie. Jack looked out the window. The water was getting clear again, so the ink was disappearing. A shadowy figure was moving towards the mini sub. "What do you think it is?" whispered Annie. The fish was way bigger than the dolphins, and it had a weird shaped head. Jack could feel his heart nearly stop. "I think it's a hammerhead," he breathed. "Now we're really in trouble." So what was that scary thing Jack and Annie saw on the reef? Was it the octopus or was it the shark? All right, friends, go and have a great weekend. Don't forget to share the news with your family and tell them about any of the danger that Jack and Annie have encountered or that have seen since they've been on the reef. All right, my friends, go have a great weekend. You get to have 3 days off this weekend. I won't see you on Monday. I'll only see you on Wednesday and Friday of this week. All right, go and enjoy. Lots of love to everybody. Bye-bye for now.